All right, what's going on, people? Happy Friday. I don't know, how happy it really is. For me, anyway, it wasn't pretty boring morning session today. You see, on with the Nasdaq futures, we let's go ahead and jump right into this. Um, we traded, pretty much sideways. It had this kind of a tight range relative to the price action that we've seen lately. It's just kind of like a 30-point range. Hold on, let me go ahead and bring out my handy dandy tool. All right. So you see, we traded like in a 30-point range. So yeah, we traded in that tight range, and not much happened in the morning session. Actually, I took one trade and ended up break even on that trade. It popped up. It was very weak price action, and I just read it as it was not going to continue climbing higher, so I went ahead and just took myself out of the trade. So I kind of doing my pre-market volume check. I saw we had kind of weak volume strength, coming into the open, and of course, the volume that isn't always doesn't always determine how strong the price action is going to be, if we're going to trade in if we're going to trend in a particular direction or not. But sometimes it can be a good indication of how the at least the first half of the day's session is going to be, if we're going to have any strong momentum or all that good stuff. So I kind of assumed that today wouldn't be a very strong day, since the volume was relatively low compared to what we've seen over the past few months. So all in all, really not a bad day. I got that one break-even trade. I ended up with just zero on that trade. It's literally break even, and I didn't trade in TST at all today. Actually, I was in mostly in TradingView today. Working on some other things in terms of my strategy, and I was testing some things out. So not a bad day. I actually learned a lot today. So with that being said, over on the daily, looking at the daily chart, let me go ahead and get rid of this. We're still kind of hanging out in this tight range here. Whichever way, I feel like we can definitely pop a lower at some point. I don't know, of course we don't know when. At some point I definitely see us popping lower. It could be later on today, or it could be sometime early next week. But I'll be waiting to see which direction we pop out of this tight range that we're trading in. A lot of indecision going on, and whichever way we come out of that, we can have a really strong move in that direction. So we trade bearish, we can trade down. We got this area of support here, and I think it'll be a really strong move. We come out bearish. If we continue climbing bullish, if we come out of there bullish, we may have like one pretty strong day, and then we could keep climbing higher. So honestly, overall, I think we're going to continue to trade sideways. Whenever we pop out of here, it's going to trade down and catch one of these support levels. But I don't think we tank. I don't see the market quote unquote crashing anytime soon. So anyway, overall, the week, I think I'm red like $90 something on the week. Still not that bad, relative to a lot of the days, my worst days in 2018. I am trading a much better, but hopefully next week will bring some better, some good price action, back some good momentum, some good volatility back into the market, and we'll see how that turns out. So have a good weekend, everybody, and I will see you Monday.